Welcome back to the NFL Alumni Lounge. I'm your host, Charlie Boots, and today we are coming at you live from the iconic LA Coliseum. And we have a great man with us, ladies and gentlemen, from Buffalo, New York.
What's up?
Now he's in Hollywood, Mr. Josh
That's
Potter.
right. What's up, dude? Thanks. Oops, sorry, I hit the table there. Thanks so much for having me, dude. This is crazy, by the way. Thanks for setting this whole thing up because, I mean, the Coliseum is unbelievable.
We got history here, folks. We got a World Series, 2 Super Bowls, including Super Bowl I, and we have 2 Olympiads.
Olympiads, which we determined was the plural of Olympics.
And the way you said it sounded so confident. I said, you know what, from here on out, Olympiads, I know is plural. So if I sound like a fool on that one, I'm blaming you.
I'm gonna stand by that because I feel like Olympics is the events, and 2 of the Olympics, you can't say Olympics is.
Right.
So you say Olympiad.
Sound like a fool.
Yeah,
sound
exactly.
Like a fool. You're
Yeah.
all over your tongue with that. The
Exactly.
Olympics is coming to LA next summer, but they'll be here. And the cool thing they were talking to us about before was elevating the track and how this thing kind of evolves, much like the Roman Coliseum.
Right. I mean, it doesn't have the tunnels underneath it and things like that. There's also not tigers or wildlife ripping limbs off of people. But, you know, hey, someday, you never know. we could grow to that.
I want to paint the picture of a modern-day gladiator scene.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, you have to answer.
Okay.
So, because you lose your life with this animal if you don't do it. If you had to pick an animal to punch full steam in the face, what would it be?
Oof. Man, that's tough because you don't want anything too nimble, you know? Maybe like I would imagine a bear. I know that sounds crazy. I know a bear sounds crazy because it could kill me with one fell swoop of its. But I think compared to like a tiger or a lion, it's not moving as quick. And you can bop it on. You can get one shot in, you know, before it realizes.
Nose?
I'd hit it on the nose, yeah. So that would be like bewildered. And I can maybe scramble or get out of there.
What do you got against bears? I've
Well,
seen
I mean,
you coming against bears for a while now.
What else have I said against bears?
You're talking about the bears. I seen you saying the Serbian bears should just
Oh,
be
that's right, I
downgraded to
did.
the grizzly bear.
I did say that, yes.
What is it with the bears? And you appear on the 2 Bears podcast. I mean, what's going on?
I certainly have nothing against those bears. But no, the Serbian bears they're just grizzly bears, aren't they? I mean, they just call them something different.
So it's an overrated bear. So if you had to pick, would the punch be delivered to a Serbian bear or an American grizzly?
I would take the Serbian bear for patriotic pride, obviously. I can't do that to our own country, you know?
Absolutely.
Those Serbian bears over in Russia, you know, we got to protect the Ukraine. I'm going to go in there and punch one of those guys.
What you got to do
Yeah.
and handle American business. That
Right.
red, white, and blue above his brim, though,
Hell
that's
yeah.
the Buffalo Bills, and you've been representing that a long time.
Oh, since the day I came out of the womb, essentially. Yeah. I mean, I was talking to you about baseball and how I really don't have a baseball team. I can't claim a baseball team because of being from Buffalo, but I can never wear another football uniform, a hat, a jersey. I can't wear another team's colors in any capacity, but I can wear all the baseball teams. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
You know, but people are like, oh, yeah, let's go to I came here, actually, to the Coliseum for a Rams-Chargers game, and my buddy was like, oh, you want to get a Rams? I'm like, I'm never going to wear a Rams hat. What are you talking about?
How dare you?
I'm never going to wear it, especially Chargers being in the AFC. Maybe a team in the NFC I could kind of like see maybe if I got drunk enough or something, someone puts one on my head or whatever, but I'm not doing it. No way.
Now, you've been able to move around with your comedy. You've seen the country, and you've seen sports around the country. Is there any environment that can compete with your hometown Bills?
There's nothing. There's nothing like it. I want everyone to experience the Bills game. I feel like it should be a pilgrimage that an NFL fan makes, no matter who they enjoy, as far as teams go. I took Tom Segura to a Bills game years ago, back when like Rex Ryan was still coaching and Tyrod Taylor was
Great squad.
Oh yeah, it was Tyrod. I remember Tom's a big FSU guy. And Carlos Williams played for the Bills that year as a rookie, and he was going for that rookie touchdown consecutive game record. And he stacked one up, and so Tom was stoked about Los getting a touchdown. But, I got to show him all the tailgates and everything like that. He didn't partake. He thought we were all animals, but he got to see, what it was, the atmosphere.
It's got to be the best tailgate atmosphere in the NFL.
It's got to be. I mean, I haven't experienced anything. I went to Miami. I've been to probably 5 or 6 stadiums now. Miami does tailgate, but it's not the same, dude. It's
different
just
world.
not the same.
Totally different world.
I can't compare it to anything. And it's just, I mean, there's people doing shots out of bowling balls. There's people who are getting thrown through tables on fire. There's people walking. I walked on hot coals like more times than I can count.
You walked the hot coals?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
The key? What is the key to it?
Keep it moving, baby. That's all it is. If you sit there for too long, I burned the bottom of my foot pretty bad, actually, because I was like getting cocky.
Right.
You know, I was like, oh, I'm going for another one. And I was doing a little dance or something, and I spent like a millisecond too long, and then I had to walk into the game. I'm all limping and stuff, you know. Well, nothing a little booze can't, you know, numb up a little bit.
But a hot foot lost a couple layers on the hoof.
The hot coals, though, it's easy. You just got to grill. Everyone's barbecuing anyway. You got to dump that out. So then you got a bed of hot coals. You know, it's right there.
A little Buffalo trivia we were talking about earlier. So at the beginning of your career, and take us through that a little bit. You were involved in sports radio. Mm-hmm. And so we were talking about the radio station you were at. They had the rights to the Buffalo Jills, the former cheerleading squad of the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, we had the broadcast rights at one point. We were a rock station that had the broadcast rights to the Bills, technically. So I got to work. I was working on a morning show as a comedy show, but we had locker room access. It was the best. And then, they owned the Jills. The media company owned the Jills, or the rights to them. And there was some scandal that I can't remember what it involved. But then, our company got rid of it, and nobody bought them. They were acting independently for a second. But then the Bills decided to stop using them. So they haven't existed since, I would say, 2014, maybe 2015. They haven't been a part of the organization. I think they should come back. I don't know why they won't, but the new media company didn't buy their rights.
That's right. We need the Jills back.
Yes.
We need the Jills back in Orchard Park.
I agree.
New stadium.
New stadium, new
culture.
Jills. Yes, exactly. But the NFL cheerleaders, I think that's a thing that most teams keep them independent. I thought, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I have no idea. I guess I should know the answer to that. But I know the Raiders, the Raiderettes.
Maybe they
part of the culture. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, iconic.
I think the Dallas Cowboys are one that does definitely own the rights to.
We're going to get you guys the answer to that, because that is a huge thing you just brought up. I always assumed all the cheerleading squads were within the teams. When you said that, it shocked me. Yeah, no, it was something that I learned being a part of it that I would have never guessed, you know. So your career, how did comedy start for you, and then how did you take your first stage?
Well, I started in radio, writing bits and doing like funny characters or whatever for a morning show, and then doing that, you start to meet comedians that come in, promote gigs and stuff.
Right.
And so I started meeting people, started becoming friends with them. They thought I was funny, and my one buddy Matt Bergman, he was like, "Why don't you get on stage? Like, why aren't you doing stand up?" And I told him, I always wanted to, but I don't know how to start or whatever. He showed me like, oh, you go to open mics, you do this, you got to get up every day. And so I started just from there, from Buffalo. And I was lucky that I was on the radio, so I had a bit of a name in town.
So the radio fans were coming to see you.
Yes, which was a blessing and a curse. It would help me get booked on shows, but also I was terrible to start. So it was
remember your first skit? Like, what was
I don't
your
remember
first,
my
big
first,
heater?
I don't remember my first, I think my first, big joke was about this, Valentine's Day gift. I couldn't even remember it to save my life, but I remember my first set ever was at a bar called Macaroons in Cheektowaga, New York. And I went up there, and it was whatever. I didn't do great at all, but I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, it was fine, I guess. And then my buddy Matt, he actually goes, well, I'm gonna test this. And so he put me on a real show.
Right.
And I went up there, and I ate it. I could not bomb any harder than I did. And I went to the alley, and I puked. And it took me 8 months to get on stage again.
Wow.
But then I figured out, okay, this is what XYZ. You start to get a template for, how to improve and all that.
Right, right.
Yeah, it was, it took, here we are now 15 years later almost. And, I'm still figuring things out a lot of ways, but the gigs are better now. The money's getting there. Yeah.
The fan base is strong.
Yeah, exactly. Things are going good now. So, but it's a new thing. Every level you hit is a new time to learn something, I've found. And so it's an odyssey, not a race,
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
It's a big line to drop in the Coliseum.
That's right,
big
baby.
Line to drop
That's
in the
right.
Coliseum.
We're at the Coliseum, baby.
So the NFL Alumni Lounge, you guys know, is presented by Elevate Health, which is for athletes, elevate their game, elevate your recovery. So parlaying that onto comedy.
Sure.
So now when you have that experience, you start building it up.
Right.
How do you recover if you hit a joke live, and you feel the temperature of the room, it's not hitting. How do you recover? Is there a go-to move?
It depends on the situation. I mean, like it's like I guess if you're like a fighter pilot and you see like a warning light go off, you have like your your steps that you got to take to fix it, right?
Right.
So when you're in that situation, it's like, either you just move on and go to the next thing, or you figure out why. Like if you're crushing and then one thing doesn't work, you can kind of play around. You have them in the palm of your hand a little bit. But yeah, it's mostly just it's all trial and error and being in that moment. Different scenarios yield different sort of tactics when you're up there. You're thrown to the wolves.
Man
but
in
it's
the arena.
Best. Yeah, dude, right? It's
you are.
being at the Coliseum, And also like the Coliseum, it's like you have the crowd on your side. So, the emperor's up there and he's like, you know what I mean? You figure it out. You get to the thumbs up, the thumbs down, that kind of thing. So,
and we're coming to you live from the presidential suite.
That's right, baby.
So
that's where she's up.
We get the powers. That's beautiful.
But yeah, no, when you're on stage, I mean, it's all you. So if you're eating it, you feel that sweat. You feel, and every comic has experienced it. Literally,
right.
the best ones have experienced bombs and every way, and still might do it because you got to write new jokes down the road too. Right. So you could eat it. Chris Rock could go up and tell a couple clunkers, like today, So,
it's almost a lot of NFL guys will say they have the most respect for comedians because in football it's a team sport.
Right.
Even though it's a challenge and spotlight's on you many times, it's a team sport. Music, you got a band around you to you can fall back into it. But comedy, like you said, you're out there alone.
It's all you, baby.
Sink or swim.
Sink or swim. It's all you. And there's fun parts about that, obviously. I enjoy the fact that it's a solo sport. But also, you are the only one who can celebrate your victories with and really understand how, like, monumental that was for you. And also the losses, you're the only one who can, like, really... You tell your friends about it who aren't in comedy or just, like, a guy who works in an office or whatever, and they're like... Like, all right, who cares?
Right.
Or they're like, that sounds crazy. And you're like, well, it's not that crazy. It's just Tuesday, but, whatever.
So when you start to now, everything starts to succeed for you. You come out west. Well, were things set up for you already, or did you come out here to progress the career?
I came out here to progress things. I had things established when I came out here to a degree. Tom Segura, big mentor in my life, has helped my career exponentially. He basically said, if you come to LA, I'll give you the rest of my tour. This is in 2017. And I had been doing the road with him for about 4 years at that point. And so he's like, got this huge theater tour set up. He goes, I'll give you the whole thing if you move to LA. And I was like, I can't say no to that. Otherwise I'd be saying no to doing what I want to do,
Wow. So
I had a radio gig in Buffalo and I said, peace out, and moved out here right then. And I did that gig. There was no promises beyond that. Once 2018 started, I was on my own. And, then I started working at a studio and things like that too. Awesome. So that helped with the podcasting part of my career. And yeah, it's been crazy coming out of pandemic and just being able to like headline and start going to clubs I've always wanted to go to and start doing a lot of podcasts that I've always dreamed about being on and stuff like that. So
absolutely.
I mean, hell, this alone is like a part of the dream come true right here.
Do we roll out the red carpet for this?
Yeah.
Only the best. Only the best.
It's awesome, dude.
But what a pal that is too.
Yeah.
And what a risk to take on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But it paid off. So now, do you find yourself, because as a comedian, you're used to that level of risk, right? When you're out there. Do you kind of relate that ever to a quarterback? Like, especially a first-round draft pick? Like,
dude, I love swag so much because, like you said, it's taking a risk on yourself is the craziest. And I've been doing that since radio, since I was 16. I've been doing that since I came out of high school. And I even just saw an interview with Jamarcus Russell. I got so much respect for that dude because he was like, if you're going to call me a bust, at least I'm the biggest. You know
right,
I mean?
Right.
I was like, that right there just maybe had all the respect in the world for that guy, because he's got to live with those barbs and arrows every day. And he's just like, he just takes them. He's just like up there. He's like taking every arrow, So I think that's cool.
That is tough.
That's tough. I relate that. I mean, even just I'm so looking forward to the Panthers camp and just watching Darnold and
Mayfield.
Baker go at it and see like which one's got the real dog in them. I mean, this is like true. It's two dogs, one bone, and we're going to see which one's the real dog. I mean, that's it.
Who's taking it?
I think Baker's got it, dude. I mean, I think he's got more of that chip on his shoulder. I feel like Darnold is too nice of a guy. Is that weird to say?
No, it's not weird to say.
I mean, like, I was a little annoyed. Josh Allen and him are like best friends, and I was like, I don't like my quarterback being best friends with the Jets.
I don't want you hanging
quarterback.
out with him anymore.
Yeah, I was like, can you stop being friends with the Jets quarterback? And then you think about it, you're like, well, the Jets aren't bothering anybody really, so let him be friends with them. But then I think he got a raw deal, you know.
He did. He had a tough gig, and then he got his mono. Remember that?
Right, exactly.
That was tough.
The mono, and then he got shipped off, and the Mormon boy came in, and it's been wild over there too now. So we'll see how
you'll probably be having a field day with that.
Oh, I've been having. I already started, baby. Already on it. already got an episode out with that on it already. So yeah, no, he's been. We'll see how that plays out. But I feel bad for Sam Darnold. I think he's going to end up being one of those guys that's like, you're going to look back in a decade and be like, Sam Darnold's still in the league, and he's going to be like Chase Daniel and make a whole bunch of money being a backup or whatever. So good for him if that's the case. I think that's the coolest job.
Yeah, I mean, but I'd love to see Baker get a chance to put on a show out there.
Me too.
I think he's an underdog that everybody kind of pulls for.
Sure.
And at a certain point, it looked like the Browns were going to get there. I'm shocked. I mean, if you said 2 years ago, hey, guess what? Everyone left.
The one guy who gets you to the playoffs, gets a playoff victory, as a guy who's a huge fan of a franchise who suffered through 20 years, similar timeline as the Browns to get to a playoff game, to win a playoff game. I can't imagine then taking that quarterback and be like, nah,
right,
we can go with this guy over here that might not even play.
Right.
It's just such a Browns move at the end of the day. And I think it could come back to bite them. We're going to look back at this. It's going to be a 30 for 30 or something on it, where we're going to look back and it'll be like the Browns made a colossal mistake taking the flyer out on Deshaun. But who knows,
I don't know. It seems very risky. So you've been described as a sex worker.
I've been talking very tame because I wasn't sure on how deep we could go on this in terms of, I'm over here like I'm holding my tongue about Zach Wilson. I'm over here holding my tongue about Deshaun. And he comes out with the sex worker line. All right. Yeah, no, I've been known to do a bit. I was on Cameo. You know Cameo, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people on Cameo. And
a lot of our guys on Cameo.
They approached me, and I didn't want to do, I couldn't imagine myself just being like, happy birthday, or whatever to people. So I thought, I'm going to do it and make a joke out of it and get Cameo to like kick me off or whatever. And so I started doing shoulder hair porn is what I was doing, a real niche.
That's a
porn,
niche market.
Yes,
if you
exactly.
ever heard of one.
And people ate it. I mean, I was getting inundated with requests for these, and I upped my price to $100 because I was like, I don't want to do so many. I didn't really want to do this in the first place. Meanwhile, Cameo's like, we love it. This is great. Keep going. And I'm
more
like,
shoulder.
Yeah.
We want more
they
shoulder.
Still hit me up. They're like, get back on. Get that shoulder hair stuff going. And I'm like, I thought y'all were going to hate this, but they've been really fun about it, actually. And so, yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, I guess I'm a sex worker now. I made a lot of money during pandemic.
You sold your images of your body?
Yes, I did. Exactly.
So
Videos.
would classify.
I would do, like, people would be like, tell my dad happy birthday. And I'd go up there and I'd rub him and I'd say wild stuff to him.
How thick is very
I mean,
thick?
I can give you guys a glimpse. I don't know if I'll get you pulled off YouTube or
I'd love to
something.
see.
I don't know which side. Is this me over here? Go over here.
Oh,
How's it? You
geez.
picking it up?
That's a thick head of hair.
Yeah, dude.
It's not a head of hair when it's a shoulder.
It's a shoulder of hair. Thick shoulder of hair.
You know what it is? It's head and shoulders.
It's so
That's
funny.
The sponsorship.
Well, Manscaped has approached me many a times to try and get me to
Before the
use their.
lawnmower?
Well, they have their. I think that's what it's called. I think right. And they approached me to shave them for. I go, I can't shave the moneymakers, baby. I'll shave the rest of the stuff you want me to shave, but I ain't shaving.
I ain't shaving my shoulders.
No, that's got to pay the bills, baby.
Is there a figure in your head right now for the shoulders? I'm not.
People
we're
have
not
asked me
gonna
to
pull
shave
out a
them.
briefcase,
Here's
but
the thing: I would do it for not that much because guess what? They're coming back thicker and darker. So it's only going to be. We're talking long run. It's only going to yield more results down the road. So I probably for $5,000 would take it out because I got to think about how long I'd be out of work for.
Right.
While they grow back and everything like that. So yeah, no, I mean, I think $5,000. That's a good one. Yeah,
it
for
could
sure.
be something that could be innovated in a way that underneath NFL shoulder pads, it could create some sort of evasiveness. I could see a slip slide.
Oh, I think I could get thinner shoulder pads, or because I got that padding, the extra padding. You know what I'm saying?
Man squash.
Have you been in many NFL locker rooms? I've been in a couple.
Yes,
But
Bills.
Yes, same. I got to see T.O. naked, which I thought was like the coolest thing I've ever. I mean, what a special! I can't believe I'm the same species of human being.
Animals.
Yeah, exactly.
We're the same
I mean,
animal.
compare us naked, you'd be like, those aren't the same thing. But I've never seen anyone as hairy as I am in an NFL locker room. Seems like they all keep it pretty tidy.
That's impressive hair.
Yeah,
That is impressive hair. 'Cause
Thank
I've
you.
I've seen it hairy shoulders, but that's an impressive hair.
yes, it's very untamed, and I haven't taken anything to it in a while. So
Some of the Jersey Italians at the Jersey Shore, you see the older ones walking around.
Oh, sure.
There's some shoulder bush, but that's strong.
I've got Greek blood in me.
Oh, the Greeks.
yeah,
Greeks.
yeah.
Come on, that's why we brought you to the Coliseum.
That's right, baby. It's all coming together.
And right outside, actually, when we walked in, they have the stones from the actual Coliseum.
Yes.
That was cool.
It is cool. You know, and I've been to the Coliseum in Greece. I
Really?
haven't been to the one in Rome, but I would prefer this one. You know,
But what
by
was
a
it
mile.
Though, like comparing it, seeing it from the outside, inside. Like,
Oh, I mean, it doesn't. It's the Greek one is like crumbling and everything.
Yeah,
I mean, if you take it's funny though. Like you said, there's a stone out there. If you pick up a rock from the ground, someone will come up and tackle you.
really?
You're not allowed to take a rock or anything. But yeah, that one's a dump compared to this. I mean, here they play football.
They do NASCAR.
Yeah, they do NASCAR. They do track and field. I mean, this place is unbelievable.
And the Olympics are coming back, guys. The next Olympics will be, 2028?
Yes.
They're officially announcing it?
I mean, it's been announced, I believe. Think about all. I just think
We're
about all
announcing it right now.
all the Trojans too, the great Trojans that played here, and the great. I mean, they may be not great as Buffalo Bills, but they played for the Bills too. I mean, there was a time when Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, and Vince Young, all within a short span of time, were all on the Bills, and that was the greatest college football game I've ever watched in my life.
Those were some teams. They could probably go to bat with some pro teams.
Oh, sure. But that USC Texas game, I'll never forget that game. as
With
long
Vince
as I
Young?
live. Yeah, Vince Young versus Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush.
Yeah, that was a hell of a match.
Hell of a game. And then you got, Reggie Bush is coming back, though, I guess, right, this year? They were saying Reggie Bush is going to be like,
Yeah,
welcome
'cause
back
now-
into the
yeah.
fold. Because
And he got a bum rap because now with all the NIL deals and everything, he took a lot of Reggie Bush took a lot of punishment.
oh, yeah. And that's what we were saying. We're all walking through here. We're like, a lot of OJ stuff. No Reggie Bush, though.
Yeah.
I want them back. I want him back in the fold.
But he's getting commercials and stuff, so he does good with that stuff.
Sure.
You know, I just thought of a great commercial, a great partnership. Let me know if you'd sign off on
Oh,
this.
for sure. I'm down for make that bag, Let's go.
Olympic Village, powered by Trojan. We're better.
That's great.
We're better than the
That's
Coliseum.
perfect. Oh, my God. Olympic Village power. Why haven't Trojan should have done that a million years ago? I mean, just the Greek imagery of the Olympics period.
It's
you know?
huge.
Why aren't they doing
Being
that?
in the home of the Trojans, we're looking at a huge sign.
Yeah.
It says Trojans. So is
I wonder if the folks here are like, this is the school's been around much longer than the prophylactic. So I would imagine
Right.
that they had a little bit of issue when they came along and they're like, whoa, wait, what are we calling those now?
Right.
But
with the college, you're surprised there hasn't been more. Did you know John Wayne played for USC?
that's crazy.
Played football for USC.
I mean, some of the alumni we were hearing about from the folks here. I mean, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Will Ferrell comes. To all
Really?
the
They're all
games,
USC guys?
Oh yeah, big time.
Wow,
That
Troy
whole film
Polamalu.
crew. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, a lot of directors come out of here. So you got that element, the show business, the entertainment. If I could pick, I dropped out of college, so I never. I went to a small Jesuit school. I wasn't into it. If I could go back and do it all again, I mean, this has got to be top of the list. USC. Hell yeah.
For sure.
I mean, the chicks, where we're at, we're in Hollywood. I mean, it is unreal. It's got to be a cut above all the other college experiences. And think about Lincoln Riley. He's coming here. He's bringing, who's he bringing? The quarterback, Caleb. Is it Caleb Williams, I believe? I don't know who it is. But that guy's going from Oklahoma to USC. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. It's like
Yeah.
coming to a pro sports team. It really is.
Oh, my
you
God.
look at it. This is gorgeous. In person, it's so much bigger than I always imagined. The Raider, 10 years the Raiders spent here.
Sure.
All the football history. Super Bowl I, folks, right here on these grounds. And now The Roach is in the president's suite, ladies and gentlemen.
If you would have told me even just last week, I wouldn't have believed you.
What the hell did that? Yeah. So how was the Roach born?
Christina Pajitsky, Tom's wife, who he does his podcast with, Your Mom's House. We just, through podcasting and getting to know each other, she's like, "You are a human cockroach." Because the way I just live my life, I've been poor. I've been poor since forever, and so I've lived like a Looney Tune. I live out of suitcases. I don't require much sleep. I love the cold. Not much can kill me. I smoke cigarettes. I mean, so she's like, "You're a human cockroach," and then Roach Nation was born.
And Roach Nation's going strong now.
It's going pretty good. We can't complain. Turns out there's a lot more roaches out there in the world too. So
die hard roaches
that
never die.
Never die, baby. Never die. We just shed our skin. That's it.
Has it amazed you to see the love that you get now around the country popping up? Because it's awesome to see your tour schedule, see you moving around.
Yeah, it's honestly like I have to pinch. I mean, it's so cliche to say, but I have to pinch myself. I mean, it's before pandemic, it kind of was bubbling a little bit, but I mean, if you would have told me even when I moved here that 5 years from now I'd get to be doing this type of stuff, I would not have believed it. And every day is still like, I feel like I get, those moments where you're like, it's going to all go away. So just take it all in as you can, So, right. But, I take every moment and I appreciate it a great deal. I got to tell you, every single part.
And the love is real. Like you really, the passion too. You got beef going up. What's the group he's got beef with? What's their name? Trapped?
Oh, Trapped, yeah.
What the hell is going on? He's got beef with Trapped.
It's been a while since Trapped got up in my business, but that was pretty wild. I mean, I grew up listening to them, which is so funny because then have them chirping me on Twitter. It's like, this is what a world,
Yeah, it is weird.
They don't know that it's like they're making my day. And then, I forget what the lead singer's. It's all him. I feel bad for like the bass players. Like, come on, man. Can you stop?
It's true.
I'm in this band too, dude. Like, can you stop making us all look like crap?
A lot of people have said he's headstrong.
Yes, no, he's got a huge head too. Which, have you ever seen his head? It's massive.
I've never seen his head.
His head is huge. I used to say that back in the day.
Can you pull up a picture of him? Can we see a picture of him?
Yeah, he's got a big old. What the hell is his name? I cannot remember his name to save my life right now. But it's because it's been a while since he's chirped me.
I just want you to know, Josh Potter doesn't even know the name.
He's got on. Yeah, he's on like Parler now, so I don't even see him on Twitter or anything anymore. He's just got a dome on him.
Whoa. And you know what? His name was actually taken by another entertainer now. The name of
Chris Brown. That's why he had to put Taylor in there. He put Taylor in there to separate himself from the other Chris Brown. Meanwhile, the other Chris Brown's like, I don't want to be associated with you, dog.
Wow.
Look at that dome. It's a meaty head.
Anyone. He's saying, I'll take on anyone right there. Wow. Who knows if we'll have a celebrity boxing match next?
Hey, I'm down. Let's go. He'll kill me, to be honest with you. I can only get him in a war of words, as it turns out.
Oh, we got security here.
Oh, okay, good, yeah.
So
let's get one of them to do it.
So right now, we're talking Olympics, and we're looking at the historic Coliseum. I got an idea to run by you, and I want to see what you think of it. What do you think about the fast food Olympics?
Ooh.
We find the fastest fast food employee around the country.
I think that's I mean, we were looking at them like they were firefighters in 9/11 just a couple of years ago, for continuing to work during the pandemic. So I think they should be honored in an athletic way as well.
$1 million prize.
I mean, people would watch that on TV for sure.
Team Chick-fil-A versus Team McDonald's versus Team Boston.
Who can get a fry out there quicker? Who can, but here's the thing where it gets, I want a
foot race. I want a foot race, Josh.
Oh, I like that too.
I'm on a track.
What about just like better, would you do it better based off like best tasting items as well? Or you want to see the employees like hoof it?
If it's a true Olympiad, we need events. But I would love the main event to be literally the fastest fast food worker.
I'd love to just even like the lower level employees, like, let's see you bust a table the fastest.
That's an art. I was a skilled table
Me
busser.
too. I remember, hey, go clean that bathroom. And then you do that, whoever comes out, cleanest bathroom. Oh, they missed the spot, deduct some time, that kind of thing.
Powered by Arm & Hammer. Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean,
We're going to blow this thing out.
I love that idea. You could have a ton of events, Fastest trays. You got a stack of trays you got to wipe down, you know what I mean?
It's good.
trays. Oh, he's got 50 trays left. He's coming around. It's all kinds of stuff you could do, you know?
Guys, if you have not subscribed to Josh's show right now, the Josh Potter Show on YouTube, I highly suggest you do.
Thank you.
Belly laughs coming for you.
Every
How cool has
Tuesday.
that been to set up?
Oh, it's been the best. I'm moving to my third studio now, and this one I'm excited to finally be settled in and everything. It's gonna raise the bar even. So I'm excited for the next iteration of things for sure. It's gonna be even better. And yeah, it's been so much fun, dude. For that to be my job, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I used to do 4 hours of radio a day, 5 days a week, and now, I mean, I'm doing 1 hour a week, and I wish I could do more. I'm going to probably try and do more, and it's leaps and bounds more successful and more fun and more fulfilling than drudging through those, 20 hours of radio every week.
Absolutely.
It was crazy,
But what better to do than you make people laugh? That's how you earn your dollars.
Yes, exactly.
Right? You get on the road, and it's real love because people have followed the come up. You're genuinely a hilarious guy. You're a gift.
Thank you.
And it's great to have you. I'm honored to have you in the lounge.
Oh, I'm so happy you had me do it. And this coming out here, this is crazy. I mean, rolling out the red carpet for sure. And just, man, to get to walk through the halls and see all the names on this. Get to see my man Matt Barkley on the wall, backup quarterback of the Bills.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, and a whole bunch of guys. I mean, unbelievable stuff. Thank you for having me, dude.
Incredible place for incredible man.
Thank you, dude. I love it.
Josh,
Such a
thank
great
you
time.
so much. And, guys, you know you can catch us on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, NFL Alumni Lounge. Thank you for tuning in to another episode powered by Elevate Health, the best in recovery. Visit elevatehealth.com today for the best in hyperbaric chamber technology, red light therapies, blue light therapies. Our guys train with them. Elevate your game today. And I'll be seeing you here next time on the NFL Alumni Lounge. Cheers.